What we had yesterday was a large branch that came down, drew down a power line over the top of a vehicle, and the end result, unfortunately, a little bit of a distance away, we have 3 deaths. We have 2 adults and a teen. But fortunately, in all of that, we do have a toddler that made it through. And they're here in part because of the heroic acts of a member of our community.
From the beginning, I was just laying in my bed and I had seen a flash, like from my curtains were closed. So I had seen it like through there. And at first I wasn't really too sure what it was. After that, I'm looking out my window and I see that a line had fell onto a car. I didn't see that the tree was in the front. I had just seen the back. I seen the tree branch that was sitting on the ground. And the whole time, I'm looking out my window. I eventually came out, but there's 3 people outside. The man, the first person to go, was in the car trying to put the baby in the car. And then the line had fell. It was tiny fire had caught underneath the car, but it wasn't like anything like too big. It wasn't even too big, like a small fire underneath the car. So at this point, the baby's mom was yelling to the man, like, take my baby out of the car, take my baby out of the car. He swaddled the baby in his arms, he had the baby in his arms the whole time. And he walked from over there where he made it to like about halfway, not even halfway up the driveway, like he's walking up the driveway and he slipped, he fell backwards and the bottom of his foot had touched the line. It caught a little fire and it was smoking. Wow. So then the woman had ran over there, like rushing to her baby, like trying to grab her baby. And she had ended up slipping and sliding down. It's like a slip and a slide. So they slipped and then like kind of slid, like not even a foot, a couple inches down. And then she touched the line too. And same thing that happened to him, caught a little fire, smoke, and then that was it. And I'm on the phone with 911 and I'm just explaining to them what's going on. And then the teenager, he had ran past me and he had kind of like slipped like on his way like down there trying to assist with the situation and fell like forward and his foot had touched the line and like the same thing. And at that point, I just didn't know what to think. And I felt like it just all happened so fast. Not even probably a minute after everybody, had been there for a second, the baby moved his head, and that's how I knew, that's how I knew he was still here, basically, So I crouched down, I kind of slid, I used my hands to break my fall, and I didn't land on top of his father, but I kind of my hands landed on top of him. And I just grabbed the baby, I pulled him up, I was swaddling him. And I walked him up the hill. I made my way back up the hill. I was holding him until I could hand him off to somebody that was there to check him out.